watch it yet. So you don't know exactly what to watch. So you think you're the heart and soul of my channel?
It's my channel.
Hey, your channel.
Yeah.
Wow. Bye. See, a grown man blowing kisses on FaceTime. Grown ass man. That's what love would do to you. Good morning, guys. Exam season for me can be the most draining time ever. You know, I'm putting my all into studying, and I feel like it just kind of takes over my life for a couple of weeks, and that's how I've been feeling recently. So for the past weeks, I I've had exams. My days look basically the same every single day. I wake up very early, jump out of bed, sit in front of my laptop and study the whole day, and I just take breaks, you know, to eat, use the bathroom, and then obviously to sleep. And whilst I appreciate that I'm able to do that, because then, you know, I'm able to put my all into the exams, having to do that for a couple of weeks can be very mentally draining. And I feel like at the end of it, I'm always in this weird kind of mental like slump. Like, I'm done. I have nothing left in me, you know, I have nothing left to focus on other things. I'm just so mentally drained. Well, I had my last exam for a while yesterday, and I have about 15 days off before my next exam. So I thought it would be a great opportunity for me to, you know, try and get back into a regular routine, try and have a mental glow up, so to say, and just allow myself to get into a better space before I have to do it all again. Especially for me, as someone who is very anxious, you know, I've dealt with anxiety for quite a while now. It's something I've spoken about a little bit on here, but not into detail. It's very important for me to do this for myself, because I can get very anxious during the season, and then I'm not able to feel my best, and when I don't feel my best, I'm not able to operate my best. And one part of my mental glow up process that I want to share in this video is dealing with my anxiety. This year I decided to start therapy to help me deal with my anxiety and a couple of other things, but mainly my anxiety. And I think starting therapy is something I have thought about and considered for a while. I would say maybe about 3 years now. You know, when I first moved to Germany, it was a lot for me moving to another country. It was just a lot of things were not going according to plan, a lot of things were out of my control, and then COVID happened. And I just remember at that time of my life, I was feeling very down. I was feeling kind of the worst I've been, and I just remember feeling like I just needed therapy. And I was doing a lot of research, and of course I'm very blessed, I'm grateful. I have, you know, my parents, I have my family, I have a very loving partner. But then there were just certain things I felt like I didn't want to talk to any of these people about. Like, I didn't want to talk to my parents about some of the things I was feeling. I didn't want to talk to anybody except like a stranger, you know. I don't know if that sounds weird, but that's just how I was feeling in that moment. And especially growing up in an African household, you know, mental health and anxiety and talking to therapists, things like these are not really in our upbringing. You know, it's not something that we do, basically. And because it was not something that was really my upbringing, I didn't feel like I could, you know, talk about it, or I could say, yeah, I need a therapist, so please give me a therapist. So that was something I decided to undertake on my own. And child, let me tell you, therapy is expensive. Okay, so once I realized how expensive traditional therapy was, I kind of just put a lid on that and said, okay, whatever it is I'm dealing with right now, I'm going to figure it out on my own. And I'm very thankful to God that I'm much better. I'm in a much better state right now compared to how I was back then. And, you know, things are a lot smoother in my life. I am not feeling, you know, I don't want to use the word depressed, because depressed is a very strong word, but that is kind of how I was feeling in that moment. And I'm not there at this point in my life. I'm much better. However, there are still certain things I do feel like I would love to talk about in therapy. And so I started exploring other options aside traditional offline, you know, therapy, going to sit in a therapist's office and all that. And which is why I'm so excited to talk about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an online therapy platform, and, you know, they offer therapy, individual therapy, couples therapy, all of that. I have started therapy with BetterHelp. I started about a month ago. I was matched with a therapist. I really appreciate the process because, you know, you just have to fill out a quick form. It's very simple, you know, easy questions, what exactly you're looking for, and you have the option to select preferences for your therapist. So for me, I selected a woman of color just because I feel like that is someone that would kind of relate to me better and I would feel more comfortable talking to them. So I was matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. I love my therapist. She's so great. She's really been helping me cope with my anxiety. You know, been working on it together. I schedule therapist sections with her, so you know, it's very flexible. You can schedule your sessions according to, you know, the available slots. And aside that, there are also like group therapy sessions, like there are therapy classes and group sessions, and it's really great. And it's very convenient because, you know, I don't have to leave my house. I feel like, personally for me, I don't do a lot of things because I don't want to leave my house, you know. So it's very convenient that I can hop on a video call or a voice call, whichever one I prefer in the moment, and just talk to my therapist from my bed, wherever. This my room, is my safe place, so why wouldn't I want to talk to my therapist in here? And also I get to chat with my therapist as well. So aside my regular sessions, you know, we text all the time. She sends me like anxiety worksheets and like breathing exercises, and all in all, it's been very great, and I have seen an improvement. You know, I've learned a lot about anxiety itself, what it is and all that, and I've been practicing some of the things we've spoken about in therapy. And you know, every time right now I start to feel anxious, it's really great because I'm able to remind myself, okay, breathe, calm down, and like I just think about the process. And one great thing about BetterHelp is it's much more affordable than traditional offline therapy. Especially as a student, you know, this is like a great alternative for me, and it's still therapy from licensed therapists, but it's just a much more affordable option. Starting therapy this year is the best thing I've done for myself, honestly, because it's something I've been wanting to do, and I'm just so happy I've made that step. And even aside anxiety, there's so many things, you know, I can talk to my therapist about, and it's just, I'm proud of myself for just taking that step. And I just want to say, like, if you've been thinking about therapy is not something you need when you're like in the worst possible state. Anyone can get therapy. If you feel like you just want to talk to someone, you know, whatever it is, don't make anyone make you feel, don't let anyone make you feel like, you know, you're being extra, you don't need therapy, nothing like that. Because those are some of the comments I got when I first like mentioned like I want to do therapy and stuff like that. People made me feel like I don't have a problem. So don't let anyone make you feel like that. If you think you need therapy, definitely check out BetterHelp. All the information will be in my description box below, or you can go to betterhelp.com/Janiece, and using this link will give you 10% off your first month of therapy. And I wish you all the best in your mental glow up journey.